Sure, you've heard that Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. made big news recently by announcing that he's cutting 22 mRNA vaccine development programs and additional federal funding for other mRNA technologies. If mRNA sounds familiar, it's because it is. This is the biotechnology platform that allowed for the innovation that was the COVID vaccine, the life-saving COVID vaccine that saved millions of lives in the thick of the pandemic. To justify these cuts, RFK Jr. said this.
As the pandemic showed us, mRNA vaccines don't perform well against viruses that infect the upper respiratory tract. One mutation and the vaccine becomes ineffective.
There are so many things wrong with this, and as a pulmonologist, I'm going to break it down. First of all, these mRNA vaccines are not meant to protect against upper respiratory tract infections. Those are infections that, say, cause mild symptoms like a sore throat, a runny nose, cough. That's our mouth, that's our nose, that's the upper respiratory tract. These mRNA vaccines, as we've been talking about for many years now, protect against severe complications in the lower respiratory tract, our lungs. In other words, it protects against severe pneumonia, something that might end up causing somebody to go to, say, the ICU and needing a ventilator or other life support. That's what these vaccines do really, really well. RFK is flat out wrong here, and either he is knowingly deflecting and causing confusion, or, and this is likely worse, he doesn't even know the difference between the lower and the upper respiratory tract. So what now? What does RFK Jr. want the Health and Human Services Department to focus on after cutting nearly $500 million in this vital life-saving research?
We're prioritizing the development of safer, broader vaccine strategies, like whole virus vaccines and novel platforms that don't collapse when viruses mutate.
This also makes no sense. Whole cell vaccine technology has existed for decades. We've been using this technology platform to build, in some cases, the flu vaccine, versions of the pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine. This isn't new. By the way, it takes, in many cases, 5 to 10 years to actually produce a vaccine using this technology, and many studies have shown that whole cell vaccine technology can actually cause more side effects. This is a surprising move, especially for a self-proclaimed vaccine safety advocate who often talks in misinformed ways about mRNA vaccine safety. And these cuts are facing a lot of backlash from the medical community, including from Trump's own former Surgeon General, who wrote on X, "This move is going to cost lives." And he's right. To sum it all up, RFK's justifications for pulling funding for mRNA vaccines are just flat out wrong. mRNA vaccines work. They've saved millions of lives worldwide. And this fairly new technology can be a real game changer in the way we protect ourselves against diseases moving forward. As a whole, our country will be less prepared, potentially in more danger, thanks to these cuts to mRNA vaccine development.